welcome back to another episode of the stock. I think we're calling it an OEM Plus Evo build. Today, we're going to be removing the extra bodywork, such as these, and this, and that. Let's start with these side skirt extensions. I am dreading these the most out of everything. I have tried to take them off before. The bolts that are holding them on are rusted and don't really seem to want to come out, and I believe it's got double-sided tape on them as well. They're put on here really well, so let's get these off first. What is that? Where's the head? What is that? Am I gonna have to drill this out? I seriously do not have the patience to deal with whatever is going on there. So I figure when you can't find a groove, make one. Look at that. That is what you call talent. Boom, one out.
Instead of messing around for ages, I just go ahead and cut all the screws with the grinder so I can remove them a lot easier with the big flathead screwy.
Just like that. That wasn't as bad as I thought.
I go straight ahead and give the other side of the car the same treatment, taking care not to cut any of the carbon extension while I'm cutting the groove in the screw.
They're off. It is now time to defuse the diffuser. Is that bad? Did that make sense? I don't even know if that made sense. Take it off is what I meant. Let's take it off. This is another one of those things that I really dislike taking off. And I only actually really just fixed up the fitment for this not that long ago. Anyway, that's life, isn't it? Plans change. These things happen. I don't think you guys ever actually saw it, but I actually did nut certs into this. I think that was a video that I filmed and I never posted. We just have to undo the bolt now, compared to before when we used to have to get up on top to hold onto the nut. I probably wouldn't describe the rear mounting bolts as easy to get to, but we get there. Slowly. I think I got long arms. There's a lot of rocks up there. How did they even get up there? That must be from my run up tourist road the other day. There's a lot of gravel on that road. It is time. This is probably my favorite part about the car. Big wing. I'm sad to see it go, man. You know? But I just think this without, you know, the diffuser and all the other stuff is gonna look funny. You know, maybe we could leave it on there, but we're doing OEM, okay? Doing OEM. Gotta remember the mission. There is a mission, we gotta stick to it. I officially own a Lancer. I don't get this look. I hate it. I know Kieran's gonna message me and say, you're an idiot, wingless is awesome, but f you, Kieran. This is shit. Anyway, the stock wing's up in the rafters, so that's gotta go on. But now we have a stock body Evo. That's crazy. Alrighty. Let's see if we can't get the stock wing back on, because this wingless look is killing me. Delicious. Fortunately, I like to bag all my stuff, Evo 9 stock wing. Everything I need is in here. I do have some clips to pop in, like so. I think this side's broken though. Yeah, ain't that a prick? Alright, so bodywork, I think we can tick and flick a few. Well, front lip we did as part of the bumper video, so that's done. Skirt extensions are off, done. Diffuser is off and done. Wing, done. Mirrors. Mirrors is next. Now if you haven't done mirrors before, they are pretty easy. I did do a video on actually installing these, but essentially there's just a trim piece in here that you just got to pop out with your little trim piece remover tool. And then there's couple of screws and then they pop right off. You do have to disconnect the little connector there. We did solder these on, we did swap the connectors, so we are going to have to swap them back, which is a bit annoying, but hey, it is what it is. Off. I did end up removing the door card. It just made things way easier to get to this bottom screw, and it will make things a lot easier to get back on. Interestingly, I've never really looked behind here before. I've got some speaker with some kind of like weird thing on top of it. It's kind of like ancient car audio setup. I don't know what it is. So with things I don't know what it is, I'm not going to touch it. But it is held on with duct tape, so that's interesting.
I go ahead and cut the factory connectors off the Ganna door mirrors, making sure I leave myself plenty of cable for when I solder them back onto the factory mirrors. I strip back the protective sheath with a Stanley knife. I strip back the wires, add some heat shrink before I solder the wires. Join all the wires together. Spark up the soldering iron and get to soldering.
Alright, look, we've been trying to heat these things up for friggin' ages. This is not cutting it. It is only a cheapie and it's doing my flipping head in. So, we hit the upgrade. You just got a soldering iron feature. Let's crank this old girl up to about tray 50, tin the tip, and let's see if we can actually lay down some solder on these flipping wires. I've always hated soldering. Man, look at this thing, it's flying in temperature. This is crazy. When you spend 250 bucks on a fucking soldering iron, you'd want to fucking do some crazy shit.
I also picked up a set of helping hands to hold the wires together while I apply the solder.
That was literally like 100 times easier than using that other crap one. I had it on there for probably 10 minutes and the wire didn't heat up. That one heated up in less than a minute, like far less than a minute, but probably like 20 seconds. Funny when you buy good shit that it's actually good. I'm an impatient person, so the other one was not cutting it, but we're on now. So I'm gonna get the rest of these sorted out and we can get the mirrors back on.
My favourite part of the whole process is getting the heat shrink on. It is so incredibly satisfying every single time. I finished tidying the wires up with a bit of electrical tape. And I reckon that's pretty damn tidy. Chuck the factory mirror back on the car. Chuck on your 3 10mm nuts. Chuck the connector back together. Reinstall your door card. And that's the job done.
Alright, the mirrors are on. The car is completely back to its stock body. I know we don't have the bumper on yet, but we're still working on it, so we'll get there. That's the end of this video. I'm pretty excited. I know it's not going to look as good, you know, the Ganna doors are cool, skirt extensions, diffuser, wing, like the front lip, but I'm really excited for this part of this car. That's the end. Thank you for watching. We'll really get the full feel when we get the wheels on and the front bumper, but until then, peace.